Hi there, and welcome to the Salted Pepper, where we cook for real life using real food and we keep it real simple. And today we have a super simple treat that is ready in less than 30 minutes, and you can serve it after your fancy dinner or just anytime you like for an evening snack. And what we're making today is a candied bacon, chocolate dipped. I know, right? Can you believe it? Yeah, it's amazing. And it's funny the way the recipe came together because I had recently made a corned beef and cabbage video, and I will link to that right up there because if you haven't checked that out, it is one of the best, in fact, it is the best corned beef I've ever had in my life, and it's a wonderful recipe, so go check it out. Well, that corned beef has a glaze, and the glaze was 3 simple ingredients: brown sugar, balsamic vinegar, and a spicy Grey Poupon mustard. I think it's the country style that I used. And I had some glaze left over, and I'm like, you know what? Let's marinate some bacon. I've been reading up about candied bacon and stuff. I've seen other people post about it. I was like, let's make some candied bacon. And so I got the marinade together. I, threw it in the fridge, let it sit for a couple of hours. And I was making the bacon, and I thought, you know what would go really well with this? Would be if I dipped it in chocolate and served it with vanilla ice cream. And my husband's eyes got big, like, bacon, ice cream, and chocolate? Sign me up. And we had it that night, and it was fabulous. And it's fancy too, like it looks fancy. And then if you put it in the freezer and let it freeze overnight, it becomes the consistency of like a toffee. It is so wonderful. So let's get to making it because it's super easy. The first thing we're gonna do is get our marinade set up. And we're gonna cook the bacon in the Ninja Foodi, but we're gonna have to let the marinade sit with the bacon in it for probably, I would say, an hour or so. Or you could do it the night before and leave it overnight. And we're just gonna get these into the bag here. So just put the brown sugar in. I'm being a little klutzy here. I always like to put marinades in bowls, but I thought, why dirty a bowl? This is like 3 ingredients, but now I see why, because I'm klutz. Okay, it's all right though. This bag might stand up on its own. Oh yeah, look, see, that's pretty cool. Okay. Now I'm only making 4 pieces of bacon, so it's, you could definitely do more than that. I'm just gonna make 4. I'm making 2 slices, I'm gonna cut them in half. And so we have 4 pieces. Let me just set that there so it doesn't spill all over. I'm just gonna go with a sharp knife and just cut the bacon right in half. And then we're gonna get it in the marinade. Squeeze some of the air out. And then just mix it up real good. Just mix it up. Now I'm using an Applewood smoked thick cut bacon. I do recommend thick cut, but you can get whatever type of smoke that you want, whatever you like is fine. But I do recommend thick cut for this. I mean, thin cut would work, but I don't know. I think it just gives a better appearance and it just gives a better texture when it's thick cut. I'm gonna pop this in the refrigerator for a couple of hours, and then I'll preheat the Ninja Foodi on 360 on the air crisp function, and then we'll get to crisping our bacon. I've had the Ninja Foodi preheating for about 8.5 minutes, so I'm gonna give it another minute or 2, and then we'll get our bacon on. So I just wanted to talk about what I've got going on over here. I'm putting my Instant Pot to use. So this is the inner liner of my Instant Pot, and it's filled 3/4 of the way with some water. And I'm using my sous vide cooker to heat the water to a precise temperature that is just right for melting chocolate. So then I just filled a little bag with chocolate. And my husband did a cool little dry bag technique because it's very important that you don't get water into your chocolate. And it's just been in there melting. And so it's gonna just continue to melt. It will never overheat, so you don't have to worry about seizing up. And I learned that trick when I was doing a bunch of decorating over Christmas time, especially with white chocolate. It's perfect to use. If you're not familiar with the sous vide cooker, I think maybe I'll do a video on that and cook something up with it because it really is a great kitchen tool. They're not that expensive anymore, so I think you can get one for less than $100. And basically what it does is it heats water to a specific temperature, circulates the water, then you can put any of your food in a sealed plastic bag and cook it to exactly the right temperature. So if you wanted a medium rare steak, you could set it for like 128 and it would cook it to exactly 128. Then you could put it in your Ninja Foodi and do a little bit of air crisping on it, and I bet it'd be delicious. no guessing about cooking temperatures that way. So that's a big plus for the sous vide cooker. Okay, so we've marinated our bacon, and I'm just gonna pull out each one and get them on this rack here. I do recommend preheating the Ninja Foodi before you bake, broil, roast, or air crisp. At least 10 minutes. That's about the time it takes for all the functions to come up to your desired temperature. Now, again, you could do more. You could do twice as many bacon strips here as I'm doing. I don't want them around because I'm gonna eat them all. They are so delicious. And I've chosen a cooking temperature of 360. That seems to work pretty well when the bacon is candied, and you don't burn the sugar. So we're gonna go for somewhere between 10 and 14 minutes. I will keep checking it as it cooks, and I'll flip it halfway through, and then we'll get to dipping the bacon in the chocolate. Okay, so it's been just about 11 minutes, and I have flipped it 2 times, and let's take a look, and it looks like it's done to me. So it's not burnt, though. When you see this color, it's not burnt. That is the caramelization of the sugars in the balsamic vinegar and the brown sugar. So what you don't want to do is put these on paper towels, because guess what? They'll stick, and it's a mess. Ask me how I know, because I've done it. Okay, so don't make that mistake. So what I'm gonna do is just get these out on some parchment paper, and we're gonna let them cool a little bit. You could also leave them on the rack, but because they are sticky, I don't want them to stick to the rack, so I'm just gonna take them off here. Lay them flat. And you could stop here. I mean, you could serve these. They're perfect right now. I mean, they would taste delicious, but I want to dip mine in chocolate. So I'll turn the Ninja Foodi off because we're done with that. And I'm gonna get out my bag of chocolate and see how it is, and it's perfect. Everything's melted. So about 91 degrees is about the melting point of dark chocolate, and that's what this is. This is dark chocolate. However, I set the temperature to 95, and it's fine. It's perfectly fine. If you're interested in what these bags are, because if you do any kind of decorating or any kind of candy making, especially during the holidays, they are fantastic. They come in a box of 100. I get them on Amazon, so I'll link to that below. And they're just in a roll, and you just peel off one at a time, and it's great, like if you're gonna use multicolored chocolate so that you have each one in there. And then of course you can put them in your sous vide. Now, I have read that people are using the Instant Pots and the Ninja Foodi as a sous vide cooker. I am not sure exactly how that would work. So what you would wanna do is see what setting will give you that consistent water temperature that you're looking for. And I'm not sure, except for the dehydration function, whether or not that's going to work. So anyway, I guess I'll test it out. But I do have, a sous vide cooker, so I'm not using the Ninja Foodi for sous vide cooking. All right, so to make this easy and clean up easy, because that's always a plus, I'm just gonna open this bag up and see if I can wrap it around here like this and get it open enough in the middle. Now I might need to just sort of take my fingers and sort of move it around a little bit. But yeah, that's working out. I think that's gonna work. All right. So we're gonna let our bacon, oh no, it's cool enough. Perfect, great, great, great. Yay, all right, so this is how easy it is. So what you wanna do is take your bacon and just dip it straight in, and you don't wanna go all the way. Get off the excess here. Just let it drip for a minute or two. Don't do too many movements because you don't want to break the bacon. Like you don't want to go up. Now it's heavy on the side that has the chocolate, so you don't want to like move it this way, and the weight might break off your bacon. So then I'm just going to set it down just like that. All right, let's get the next one. Oh, this little method here is working perfect. I tried to go about halfway, but I actually went a little bit further, I think, there. Alrighty. Man, I cannot wait to hear how you guys like this one because it's phenomenal. I love it. What I'm going to do to speed this up is I'm going to pop these in the freezer just for a few minutes, and literally it will just take a few minutes to get the chocolate set. That'll give me time to dish out my ice cream. Because, oh yes, I am having ice cream with it. I mean, I have to. It's my job, right? All right, so I'm just gonna pop these in the freezer, and definitely I have enough chocolate that what I can do with this is just go ahead and when I wanna make another batch, which I'm sure I will be doing soon, is just go ahead and seal this back up again. Now, if you wanna see the dry bag technique, this is what my husband did. So I'm not really too familiar, but anyway, okay, so turn it, turn it, turn it, and then fold it in, and fold it in, and fold it in, and then either clip it or you could use like a band or anything like that to secure it. Now, you can put this in the refrigerator or the freezer, and it'll store for months, definitely. And then when you're ready to re-warm it up, just pop it in a warm water bath, or you could even put that in a double boiler if you wanted to, with some water in the bottom and water in the top, and that should probably work as well. So that's it. Let me get these in the freezer so we can dish up some ice cream. Okay, so these were in the freezer for just about 5 minutes, and you know that they're ready when you can just pop them off the parchment paper. And you don't have to put them in the freezer either. I mean, you can let them sit out and they'll harden up on their own, or put them in the refrigerator, but it's just quicker to put them in the freezer. All right, so we're gonna grab a piece and we're gonna put it in our ice cream. Look at that. Oh, I just love it. I mean, I just think it adds like this special touch to an ordinary vanilla ice cream. All right, so let's give it a taste. What I recommend doing is getting some vanilla ice cream. I love vanilla ice cream. And then taking a bite. Wow. Oh my. Wow. I don't even know how to describe this. It's so good. You get the salty from the bacon, the sweetness from the marinade. There's no heat. Now, you can make it a little spicy, too, if you wanted to add some kind of a hot pepper to the marinade. You can make it a little spicy or sprinkle some spice on it afterwards if you wanted it a little spicy. But I think this is just perfect. And when you get that chocolate with the vanilla ice cream, it's amazing. So quick and easy, and really just fancies up your dessert. You could put a little drizzle of chocolate on there. You could put a cherry. You could, you could dress it up, put some whipped cream. You could serve with chocolate ice cream, a vanilla chocolate swirl. I mean, pretty much anything. You could eat these without the ice cream. They're that good. Really, absolutely fantastic. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed yet, you might want to do that today, because the next video I have coming out, I'm going to give away a top secret rub that I make that when I owned a barbecue restaurant, and I am going to give that to you guys so that you can make this top secret rub at home along with a raspberry glaze that you don't want to miss. So be sure to subscribe and click that notification bell so that you get notified when we put out our newest videos. Thanks as always.